Hey guys, Ryan here, and I really can't believe I'm making a video like this, but aim assist needs to be nerfed pretty drastically in my opinion. I know a lot of people probably don't like hearing this, I know a lot of people do like hearing this, but after spending time playing Apex Legends, playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive on controller and mouse and keyboard, I'm starting to believe less and less in the importance of actually being good at aiming in this game. And as someone who has spent thousands of hours on controller trying to get good at aiming on controller, it pains me a little bit, I have to be honest. It may sound cocky, it may sound conceited, but I genuinely believe that I'm top 1%, top 0.5% in the world in total controller players for raw aiming skill. That doesn't mean I'm one of the best players in the world for total controller players, but I mean for raw aim. And I think proof of this is this background clip you're seeing right here of me playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive on controller with no aim assist versus people on mouse and keyboard in a competitive match. Now, if you don't understand how Counter-Strike works because you've never played it and whatnot, Counter-Strike is probably the highest skill cap FPS in the entire world in terms of raw skill. You have to have immaculate crosshair placement. It's a game that recoil control is a skill that is far beyond Call of Duty. It's not just simply where you aim, you shoot. That's only for the first bullet or two bullets, and that's if you're not moving. Every gun has a different recoil pattern, and oftentimes you have to be aiming at the floor to actually hit their head. And the way recoil works is just completely different than Call of Duty. And for someone to have success on this game on controller, because of the lack of aim assist, that means it's just skill. It's all just raw input. This is me doing this. There isn't the whole aim assist factor controlling it for me. And it made me really reflect on the reality that Warzone 2 is missing this. I love to make coaching videos about aiming. It's one of my favorite things because I spent so long trying to become good at aiming, guys. I spent literal years just trying to really become a good controller aimer, and that translates to Counter-Strike and Apex Legends and pretty much any controller game I play to this day. But in Warzone 2, so much of that feels invalidated. So many of my coaching videos kind of feel pointless. They're important. Some of the tips do really help. But the fact that the biggest tip and the biggest overall main thing I could really help with is to just help people understand how to use aim assist more. And it shouldn't be like that, guys. That is not the way this game should be. The game should be based on skill. Aiming should be a skill that is a core, outright pillar of the skill gap in this game. But if aiming is not a part of the skill gap, then where do you actually find a skill gap? Where do you go from there? And I think this is the thing I struggle with this game. I love Warzone 2. I think it's a great game. I have so much fun playing it. But when I compare it to Warzone 1, when I compare it to Apex Legends on PC, not console, because console has insane aim assist on Apex Legends. It's so fun though. When I compare it to those games, I just can't fathom why the aim assist has to be so strong in a game that has such limited movement. Warzone 1 and Apex Legends have so much greater movement options. It is so much harder to hit your targets in those games, yet they have lower aim assist, on PC at least, in those games compared to Warzone 2, and it just doesn't make sense. Now, I do have to concede something here. I understand the Call of Duty developers have a primarily casual player base that plays primarily on console and controller, so it's probably in their best interest to cater the game to those players. But I think we've gone too far in that direction. I don't think it's good to alienate mouse and keyboard players because that's how a lot of them feel. In a game where you die this quick, in a game where aiming is made so simple because of aim assist, and it pains me to say that, I genuinely have to say, it pains me to say that. I defended aim assist for so long in Warzone 1. I really tried to. I really firmly believed movement made it so aim assist wasn't a factor because that's how I saw it as a controller player. Without that movement, I don't think you guys grasp what it's like for mouse and keyboard players. I play this game, honestly, a little bit as a mouse and keyboard player, and I have so much fun. I love sniping on it. I love just, playing the game. It's fun, but God, it's not an enjoyable experience. It is not fun to just get insta-melted by some dude is probably nowhere near as good as you in terms of raw aiming, but the game's mainly aiming for them, and how do you make someone feel better about that? One of the core tenets of PvP games in general is that we have the ability to improve, get better, and just overall have a skill gap on our opponents. And it's not that the whole game should be like that. I understand Call of Duty has always kind of had a limited skill gap, especially compared to something like Counter-Strike, but in general, I think we've squished the skill gap just a little bit too much right now. And I think it would just be healthy for the game to bring more of an emphasis on actual raw aiming skill and less of an emphasis on just using aim assist. I think the thing that hurts me as someone who loves to make coaching content is the single biggest tip I could give is just learn to move your left stick in fight so you're activating rotational aim assist, and you'll instantly be a better player. That is the single best aiming tip I could give for Warzone 2. Was that the single best aiming tip for Warzone 1? No, it wasn't. But is it for Warzone 2? Yeah, and I don't think it should be like that. Things like centering, how to actually track and aim properly, those should be the important things. So when I look at this and I see all of these people just feeling alienated by the game's aim assist, and I know a lot of controller players don't relate to this, but if you're a good controller player, guys, you don't want aim assist to be this strong. You want there to be a skill gap. You want to be rewarded for being better than other players. And I know there has to be a limit. I'm not saying, make aim assist non-existent or anything like that. Keep it like Warzone 1 was. But don't make it as strong as it is in Warzone 2, because it's ridiculous and it's alienating a large amount of the population, especially with the amount of limited movement options. I know this video is kind of more of like a little Ryan's rant type thing, but I had to get it off my chest because I love Warzone 2. I love this game. That's why I make content for it. It's not something I'm doing for money or anything like that. It's just because I genuinely love this game. But it also, I'm concerned about the future of it. I'm concerned about the whole, skill part of it. And it's just something that bothers me, and I had to get this off my chest. Anyways, I just want to say thank you guys for watching this video. When ranked comes out in a week or two, I believe it is, I want to do a ranked with the viewers type series. Now, the whole point isn't to get the highest rank possible and all of that. It's to play with the viewers and to help people of various skill levels find the things that they're missing in their own gameplay, and hopefully they can relate because they'll be similar ranks to the people I'm playing with. So once rank comes out, hopefully that's a whole new series you'll see. Anyways, guys, it's been Ryan. Thank you for watching. Peace.